Hey, everybody. It's Kim Love Jones here, certified relationship coach. I am jumping on right now. We want to talk about learning to trust the process in our lives. That's what we want to do. We want to learn to trust the process in our lives. My name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach, and I help men and women heal so that they can get to the love that they deserve and desire. It's not easy. This whole healing business, it is not easy at all. I have been a relationship coach for 15 years. I have been helping men and women, couples, singles, boyfriend, girlfriends. I've been just doing whatever I can in order to be a blessing to all of those who are struggling in their relationships. Y'all, right now I'm just sharing this video out. I'm sharing it out. So yeah. Yes, welcome in. I see you. Welcome in. I want to talk about trusting the process because I know that quite a few of us struggle with the length of time and that it takes in order for us to get healed, or we take a ridiculous. I see you. Good evening, Kimmy Cool. I got your email. I don't know if you got the email that I sent you back. Yeah, I am excited to talk to you, baby. I am very excited to talk to you. I needed to take a nap in between because I've been exhausted in between. So I kind of just got up, but I happened to catch it on my way, taking a little nap. But I'm here. And yes, of course, we're going to get together. That would be perfect. It is cold here. It is. You will check. Okay. Yeah, because I replied back to you. But yeah, so many people are struggling in their relationships with the process, not even being in a relationship, but struggling with their singleness, right? So many of us get upset, aggravated, frustrated, right? With the whole idea of, I'm ready to be in a relationship. I'm tired of being by myself. I'm frustrated. I want partnership. Hey, Nika Grace, I see you, baby. Thank you for the daily heart, me, my love. Thank you. I see you, baby. Yes, my Nika Grace, that's my sis. I love you, sweetheart. You are so dope and amazing. Well, people are ready. They're frustrated. They're ready for their relationship. They're ready for things to start working out. They just want their lives to be in order. They are over this whole, sometimes even the whole healing journey, but it is a process. And that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. I want to talk about the healing journey. I want to talk about the ways in which we can expedite even our healing. When we get real serious about where we are, what we want, and what we need. Hey, Pring, I see you, baby. Y'all coming up in here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Seti said, how you doing, babe? I'm so happy to see you in here this evening. Yes. And so I think that it is really, really important to learn to trust the process of your healing. I was speaking with someone earlier today. Hey, Sunshine Rose, how are you, sweetheart? Where's my chicken? You know what said? You are hilarious. Hold on. There you go. Is that my sister? That is my sister. I see you, baby. How are you? I see my sister. Yes, I do. That's my other sister. Yes. So we sometimes we begrudge the process of healing. And hi, Miss V. I see you, baby. How you doing? Hey, baby, I see you. Okay, so sis, remember earlier when I was telling you the little orange heart at the top of the screen? It may not be an orange heart. It may just say follow up there. So if you click on that, it'll follow. And then you'll see the little orange heart by my name. And when you click on that, it'll say, It'll be like, it'll give you a list of things, a daily heart meat and all of that. Well, a daily heart meat is 1 penny, right? So it costs 1 penny. So in order to do that, you have to go to the app, TikTok.coins. I think it's TikTok.coins. It's an app, and if you go on there, you can connect it, and you can get $10 worth of coins or whatever it is, and then you give your daily heart me if you're on TikTok, or you do things and you can gift. But yeah, y'all love on my sis. Y'all love on my sis Sassy K. Love on my sis Sassy K. Let's do that. Welcome her into the room. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about trusting the process of your healing, because sometimes people think that they can rush through it, and you can't. You can get through it quicker if you're asking yourself the right questions, if you're focused on yourself. But with everybody, hey, Pashan, I see you. Thank you for welcoming my sis. Thank you. Hey, Rachel, I see you. Oh, search TikTok coins, what Seti said is saying. Yeah, because she was asking me earlier, well, how do I give the coin? Because she's new to TikTok. Hey, Essence, I see you, baby. How you doing? I'm just going to wait a minute and just welcome y'all in because y'all coming in. Hey, Coach TJ, I see you. How are you, my love? Look at you. Yes. Coach TJ, we need to set something up for next week. Or this week. I don't know. Whatever your availability is, you got to let me know so I can put you on my calendar, because we got some stuff we got to work on. Right? So let me know what time is good for you, because I know you working and stuff. All right, baby. All right. Good. So I just wanted to talk about the fact that we may try to rush the process in our healing by getting involved with somebody else, by distracting ourselves with work, or trying to not focus on what we deal with on a daily basis, right? We may distract ourselves, but also we may hang out with our friends, always want to go to the movies, veg out watching series on TV. We may want to do a lot of things and not work on our healing. But we need to work on our healing, and we've got to trust the process, even though sometimes it can be very overwhelming. I need for us to understand that. We can't rush from one relationship to the other without taking time to get into our own heads to try to figure out what it is that we want and we need. What happened in that last relationship? What knocked you off your square? What was it that they did or they said? How were you moving? Right? Did they really invest back into you what you were trying to pour into them? Was there any reciprocity? This is important because if you are going to make sure that you never repeat those steps again, those things again, you have to do an examination of what you did the first time. You have to. I promise you will keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. I rushed from my divorce to the next relationship, and now I'm fighting for my health, healing, and sanity. Wow. When we're devastated, I'll use my mom as an example. When my mom passed away, I knew in that space that I should not make any decisions about life. I knew that that was not the time because it was too much emotion running through me. I was overwhelmed with grief. And it's the same thing when you're in a relationship, right? Because what happens is you look for comfort and you haven't yet healed from the last thing. And we all want to be comforted by someone. And sometimes we, again, might hang out with our friends. We might work harder. We might sign up for school. We may take a couple of classes. We might be doing a whole myriad of things to try to escape the plan and the process of our own healing. You may, for the men, you may hang out with the fellas. Some of you may veg and sit in front of the TV, watch football, basketball, whatever it is that is your fancy, and you get deeply entrenched in that. Some of you may just start reading books and doing all the things. Some of y'all might even start businesses, right? And it doesn't mean that you're not supposed to start the business, but when you're in a high emotional state and you are in a place of avoidance, it can make things very difficult for you when it comes down to your healing process. I was on here earlier today and I was talking about the things that are going on inside of us when we go through the difficulty in relationships, right? When we are just getting out of one. And some of us, and I know it's been for me, that the silence has been loud. The silence is loud. And when the silence gets loud and you can feel it and it's palpable, that means that's a great time and a great opportunity for you to sit. Hi, Miss Nisi. I see you. How you doing? I see you. Good evening. Everybody welcome. I see y'all already welcome Miss Nisi into the room. Let's go. Y'all are already on it. Y'all are already on it. Yeah. But the silence is loud. But that suggests that if it's that loud, for you not to busy yourself, but to process what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and what you're feeling in those moments. Because I promise you that God uses those quiet moments to talk to us. He uses those moments to unravel the mess in us. Thank you. Hope you and everyone is doing well. Yes, we are, baby. We are doing amazing. We are doing amazing, and so are you. And so are you. And you get to this place and this point in your life when you gotta be still. And you have to allow yourself to go through the process of healing. And I know how difficult it is, but we have got to learn to trust the process. And can I be honest? I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Healing is some messy business. Healing is messy. I just feel numb after my mom passing. It's hard. Yes, I was in the same exact place. And I was already operating in my gifting. I was already called by God to do what I do. And for a while, I couldn't even function because I was struggling with trying to take a step. But I found myself getting back up and getting back to business because I couldn't stay there. I knew that my mother wouldn't have wanted me to stay there, but it was, regardless to what I knew she wouldn't have wanted, my heart was so aggrieved. I mean, it was ridiculous. There was days I couldn't even stop crying. I would wake up in the middle of the night crying because I miss my mom. So I know. And I had to allow myself, it's been 6 years in August of this year, and I still cry. But I have to still move forward step by step to being the greater version of myself, because I know she would have wanted that. The last thing that my mother would have wanted me to do was lay down and not function in the ways in which I knew I should. Hi, sister. I see you, Marie. How are you? I was feeling them also, yes. Look at that. S. Trailer, I see you, baby. How are you? Marie, I see you, baby. He's more than quiet in my life. Who's more than quiet? God? Oh, oh, God. Here they go with this flash gold business. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay. Okay, we got donuts. We got donuts. Yes, we got some donuts. That is my flash goal. I need 8 people to send me 8 individual people to send me 8 donuts. That's what TikTok wants. Ah, yes, I knew my mother didn't want me to stay there. Absolutely. Thank you, Essence. Thank you, baby. Hi, yes, baby. I am amazing. I'm amazing. Hi, Golden Canvas. I see you. Welcome into the room, baby. Welcome into the room. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Pring. Pring, it's your birthday. Today is Pring's birthday, y'all. Today is her birthday. Pring, what did you do today? Did you go out? What did you do? He said, thank you, baby, for the donut. Thank you. Y'all are on it. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much. Somebody wants to be a guest. Is it? Oh, Trina, did you mean to send that? I don't know. I don't think you meant to send that. Yes, everybody tell Pring happy birthday again. We love you, Pring. We are celebrating you. You gonna make me sing, girl. You don't want it. Pring, you do not want it. No, I'm just kidding. I can actually sing, y'all. I just don't ever want to be on TikTok singing, and I really don't want to be dancing, but y'all got me doing the Kimmy Shimmy when we hit 100K. You know? When I tell y'all, getting back to the subject, that healing is messy, it's a lot of tears. It's a lot of inward-facing questions that don't feel good to have to answer. It's a lot of, I don't want to be still, but I know that this pain that I am enduring right now is going to take me to the other side where I can have a life that I genuinely want. And a lot of times when we're in our healing space, we're not even looking for the other side yet. We're just trying to breathe. We're just trying to breathe and get through it. And it's so hard that sometimes I know you can't even speak, because I know I couldn't, because the pain was what the pain was. I literally remember sliding down a wall in my house. Like, I was so grieved, but my marriage didn't work. And I was more grieved about my marriage not working than I was over the person. I didn't get married to get a divorce. I was serious about what I was saying, right? He said he wanted a break. He said he missed me, and now he wants it to be over. Why? I wish I knew, Ari. Thank you, Coach TJ. I wish I knew, Ari. But can I be honest with you? They probably did you a favor, baby. I said probably, but they did you a favor. I'm trying to be kind. They did you a favor. When somebody doesn't want the relationship, they are doing you a favor. If it was something that you did or you didn't do in that relationship, all of that is going to come up for you right now as you go through the process for your healing. If somebody can move away from you, that's exactly where they're supposed to be. As much as that hurts, this is what people, quite literally, they need to be free to be wherever it is that they are. I know that you're grieving, and I know your heart is hurting just based on what you want or what you wrote. You're asking why. Only they can answer the why. But here's the truth. They get to do whatever it is that they want to do. They get to be whoever it is that they want to be. And if that is not with you, and clearly it is not, then the only thing that you have to worry about is what didn't you see that was going on in that relationship. You got to ask yourself that question. And it may not be time to ask yourself that question. Maybe this is relatively new and you need time to process what has just happened in your life. I want you to take care of your heart space. That's what I want you to do. Yes, I'm going through a divorce. I just moved into my apartment. It's definitely difficult. Yes, absolutely. Y'all, let me make sure. Nope. Why every time I get on here, I do not put on my do not disturb, and then I start getting bleeps and blurbs. Thank you, Queen. I've been crying and pleading to God to ease this hurt. This is the process. All right. This is the process, and you didn't come into this room for no reason at all. Because that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, let us just be clear. Let us be clear that we have to, number one, be careful about who we involve ourselves with. This is for men and for women. And because brothers think they don't think that they are as affected as women, because you see more emotional output from women than you do men, but men are just as emotional as women are. Everybody tries to tell people different, but it's scientifically proven. And in fact, recent data has shown that men are more emotional than women. They are just not as expressive as women with their emotions. But you know, if you think that just because you are the man, and I need to say this because I'm about to say something else. If you think that just because you're the man, it doesn't affect you, it does. In fact, I'll need to say this. Every time a man lays down with a woman who is not good, and he just messing around with somebody just to mess around with them, it affects how he sees women. And a lot of men don't think that. They think, nah, but then it comes out later on because your view of women as you are involved with them shifts the more you're involved with women who are not on your level, who are not your wives, who you're not committed to. It affects the way you view women in the same way that watching people, the movies, y'all know what I'm talking about, affects how you have relationships when sex is involved. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Men think it don't affect them, but it does. It really does. So I said that. Women, you need to understand that when a man, and I'm going back to your comment because I need to. Okay, Prang said something. All right, thank you, Queen. I've been crying, pleading to God to ease. Ari, this may seem hard. I'm not trying to be. My heart is not there for you or anyone. This is what you need to go through so that you will get back to yourself. No more excuses for anybody to be in any of our lives who coming in with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. We need to be with people who are committed to us, who actually show us they love us, that they love us, and there needs to be reciprocity. You need to show them that you love them. But when people come into your life and they're half-baked, they're neither all the way in or all the way out, they treat you decent, but you know that if you get with them, you would be settling because it beats a blank, that kind of thing. You're out of bounds because God doesn't even want that for you. God, they would be messing around with somebody else's wife. That's the truth. And he don't need the guilt of messing around with somebody else's wife. He need to work on getting his head right. Because if he can walk away from you, that means he wasn't that into you, and whatever it is that y'all shared together, for whatever reason, it's not what he needs. And guess what? It's okay. It's okay. Wow, we at 10K already. Y'all are tapping it out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's okay. Sometimes women move on quickly too. We'll see what that gets you. You know, no shade. You know? They move on so quickly. Yeah. Yeah. And what we have to pay attention to is what we need for our lives as we go through this process. And that's the truth. The question is, Ari, what do you need right now, baby? What do you need to sit with? What do you need to do in this moment to stop the crying? How do you need, what do you really know that you haven't said here in this live, because it's a live, right? What do you know about the truth about them? What is it? What? Let me reframe that. Lord have mercy. What did you see about them that was not in alignment with you? Because rejection is just your protection. What are you being protected from? Because the person that's for you would never walk away from you. And maybe you don't know. Maybe they was leading a double life. I mean, people be doing all kind of foolishness these days. But what did you see that was a red flag? That right now, in hindsight, you would be like, oh my God, I overlooked that. Hey, Tracy, I see you, baby. I see you, sis, coming up in the room. I see you. Y'all, I'm trying to see. Let me pin this thing one more again. I got 2 minutes and 57 seconds to get 4 more donuts I need 4 more donuts. Hi, baby. How you doing? I need 4 more donuts to meet my flash goal, y'all. Can we do it? Can we get 4 more donuts to meet my flash goal? Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, baby. Oh, my goodness. I got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And I forget, they don't let you repin it again, So I need 3 more, y'all. But it's important for you to understand what happened in that relationship. But it is also important for you to take a deep breath and understand. Thank you, Kimmy Cool. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Hey, unapologetically, Stacy. Did you get my inbox? Did you look at my inbox I sent you, my love? Good evening, baby. I sent you an inbox. I don't know if you checked it, honey. Check the inbox for me. Right? What we're talking about tonight is trusting the process for your life. That's what we're talking about. Oh, yes. You respond. Oh, I didn't even see your response, did I? Okay. Forgive me. I don't even know if I saw your response. I'll check it. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I want, hey, Mick Nichols. How you doing? Thank you for the follow, sweetheart. Thank you for the follow. I need 1 more. Let me see. I need 1 more donut. Yes, I need 1 more donut to reach my flash goal tonight. Thank you, TJ. No, from somebody who didn't give already. Who didn't give the donut. Y'all know how TikTok is. TikTok wants you to meet this flash goal, and I try, and if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. Thank you for the follow. Can y'all welcome in Mick and Nichols? Can y'all welcome in Mick and Nichols? Because we got to welcome everybody into the room. Yes, we got to welcome them into the room. Yes. Let's talk about it. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I got 18 seconds to get one more donut. I got 18, probably 15 now, seconds to get one more donut. Yes. Well, it is what it is. I'm not tripping. As long as it's not that hard me. Okay, that's over. Thank you, Lord. Okay? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about trusting the process of your healing. Let's talk about it. Thank you, baby, for the popular votes. When I started my own healing journey, of course, the heartbreak was the dissolution of my marriage. I thought I'd feel better in a few months. You know, I thought that everything would begin to work out for me. Like, I put on my big girl panties. You know what I mean? I did what I needed to do. I held it down for me and my children, right? I did what I thought I needed to do in the moment, in the immediate, but I had no idea that it would take me years to try to work through this stuff. Because here's the thing. My pain didn't start with my ex-husband. It did not. The way that I saw myself was rooted in what happened when I was a teenager, when my dad passed away. A lot of the things that I struggled with was because I felt like I was abandoned because my dad passed away. So it was a deeper thing that didn't have anything to do with my husband, but it had everything to do with the decisions that I made. Like, you want to be loved sometimes, and it doesn't feel like desperation, but love being our birthright, we always desire to have it. I know very few people who do not desire love. I mean, who don't want it. Now, I don't know anybody personally who doesn't want it, but I know that there's people who live up in the mountains and stuff like that, and they just want to be left alone. They just stop the world, and they got off, and they live in the rural area up in some mountains by themselves with their dog. That is it. That is all. You know what I'm saying? Seti says, say, welcome in, everyone. If there's anyone new, yes, type new in the chat. Absolutely. But I didn't realize that my decisions that I was making, even about my husband, were rooted in things I had gone through as a child, as a teenager. I didn't realize that. Thank you, Seti said. And so my choices were rooted in that pain. And so when you begin this healing process, you believe that the healing process is just going to be linear, straight. But the healing process is actually layered. And as I was on my healing journey, when I realized that I wasn't angry with my husband, with my now ex-husband, I was really dealing with some stuff that didn't have anything to do with him other than the fact that I made a decision to be with this man because I had been through so much previously, right? This stuff is like an onion. It is layered. Hey, D, I see you. D is new. Y'all welcome in, D in. Yes, welcome. Welcome. Hey, Brooklyn, I see you, baby. How are you? I see you. Welcome in. If anybody is new, please type new in the chat so we can welcome you in the way that we welcome you in. How we do it, like how we do it. If you're new to this room, just type new in the chat and we're going to do what we do and we're going to love on you. Yes. So you know how you say, it's because they was this and they was that and they weren't nice and they didn't do this and this. Thank you for the heart, me, Stacy, baby. I thank you, sweetheart. Right? It's because they was this type of person and they wasn't no good. It's because they had these issues. It's because they don't know how to treat people. It's because of this. It's because of that. It's because of this. Thank you for the roses, Brooklyn. Thank you, baby. It's because of all of these other things. And we never look at why we made the choice in them to begin with. Thank you, Brooklyn, for the daily heart me. Hey, Slinger. I see you coming up in here, Slinger. How are you? There goes Slinger, y'all. Y'all know I get excited when Slinger come in the room. I get excited. Hey, Dr. Yolanda, I see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. My other moderator is here. Thank you, Dr. Yolanda. Thank you so much. Right? Oh, thank you, Unapologetic. Thank you, baby, for the pumpkin. I want you to understand that your healing is not about the speed or the time. It's about when you're ready to surrender. When you're ready to surrender all of the hurt, all of the pain, all of the difficulty, all of the emotions that are tied to what you just came out of. Hey, Twin One, I see you, sis. How are you? Thank you for the daily heart me. I see you, baby. It's good to see you. Good evening. And because healing is not linear, even your surrender is not. Your surrender requires you, right? You may have to surrender. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you, Twin One. You may have to surrender on the different levels. Hey, Hawaii. I feel like I wasted 11 years with my life. Oh, Hawaii, I see you. Thank you for the heart, me, sweetie. I feel like I wasted 11 years of my life with the wrong man. What did you learn? It's not a waste, baby. What did you learn? It's not a waste. What did you learn about you in those 11 years? Did you see your strength? Did you see the things that you've overcome? Do you see the things that you've worked through? Not to trust anyone. We at 20K. Let's go. Y'all trying to see that Kimmy Shimmy. I know what y'all doing. Y'all are not slick. Y'all trying to see that Kimmy Shimmy tonight because we at 20K and I ain't been on here that long. We are at, y'all want to see that Kimmy Shimmy. I know. Y'all play too much. Right? But you're healing because it's not linear. You think you can just move on, just get over it, just call them all kinds of whatevers and talk about how it's them. That's not how this works. When you really begin to heal, you begin to take responsibility for the role you played in your own life. Y'all, I gotta pause this live. I'm gonna pause it. Y'all, I'll be right back. I left my charger. And my phone. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm pausing just for a moment. Hey, babies. Okay, I'm back. I had to get my charger from my phone. I thought I brought it back in here. That would have been ugly. That definitely would have got ugly. Okay. What did you say? Thank you for the follow, user 6931749. You got to get a name, baby. Chat. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not healing. She stopped my grieving for my daughter. I don't understand what that means. Chad, there is a way to heal from the entrapment of the mind of other controls. Yes, of others control. Yes, there is. Thank you for saying that, Kimiko. Thank you, baby. Kimiko. Yeah, I gotta pronounce that right. I love that name. Right? Because sometimes we believe that other people can stop us from our process of our healing. Nobody can stop that. Once you begin to heal and you make a decision that you want something better for your life, everything begins to change. I really mean that. The moment you make a decision that you want your life to change, that's when everything begins to change. But it's going to require you to surrender on not just one level, but surrender what's underneath that, and then surrender some more what's underneath that, and to have these aha moments where you say, oh, that's why it makes sense. And there's some stuff that you will never understand why you do it, because it doesn't really have anything to do with you. Some stuff has been passed down through our DNA. The things that our parents and our grandparents and great and just go on back as far as you want to go. It is in the lineage, and because it's in our DNA, we will do things that are not in alignment until we rebuke that thing and we work on that thing and we say no more. Right? My mother was abused by her first husband. Do you know I won't even deal with anybody who would even think about raising it? I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Like, my mother was a young girl when she first got married. I think she might have got married at like 15 or 16 years old or something like that. Because, you know, back in them days, in the dirty, that's what you did, right? And my mother was very, very young. And her husband was abusive towards her, right? And it must be in my DNA, and I remember it in some kind of way, but I will not at all be bothered with anybody who has abusive tendencies. You can't even talk to me crazy, because I'll be like, what? Like, you can't even talk to me crazy. You have to be gentle with me. And as funny and loud as I am a delicate flower. That's how I see myself. Y'all, I am sitting here having a hot flash. Oh my God. Night number 2 of the Hot Flash Club. What is going on around here? Hi, baby. Thank you, Luana, for the heart me. Oh my God. Night number 2. This is crazy. This is what I went through last night. But the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying to you is I want you to understand that there are layers and there are things that you may not ever understand. But once you see that this, you know, she need her cool water. He said, you play too much. Yeah, I need some water. I need something. Because these hot flashes ain't no joke, y'all. Last night it was the potato chips. That's what it was for me. Thank you, Luana, for sharing out the live. Thank you, baby. And thank you for the popular votes. I appreciate you. The rose, everything. You are just, thank you. Thank you so much, my love. The reason why all of this is so important, and I need for you to understand this level of what I'm talking about, Kim, that is the anointing on your gifts making you warm. It's not the potato chips. Is that what it is? Okay. God just told you that. Okay. Okay. Because I ain't had no potato chips tonight. I ain't had none. No. What in the Sam Hill is going on? Oh, I'm getting fired up. I'm finna give y'all something tonight. Okay. This is what I need for y'all to really understand, and I really mean this. Seriously, that's the Holy Spirit. All right. Okay. I agree. Because that's sometimes how it happens. People don't even realize that. But usually it comes from in my belly when it's starting to get fired up. But things can shift. I want to talk about this because I think that we try to move on so quickly and try to get through this healing process, and we don't understand what we're doing. That when we try to move on, we're still left with the triggers from the old stuff that was done to us when we don't work through it. I was just talking to a friend of mine, I think it was earlier today, or was it yesterday? It might have been earlier today. And he said that his girlfriend triggered him. And, I'm not going to get too deep into that, even though y'all don't know who it is. It doesn't matter. He acknowledged that he was triggered, and he had a conversation with her around it. And she apologized for what she had said. But sometimes the things that you're triggered by, once again, are not things in the immediate or something that just happened 3 years ago. You're triggered because of something that happened 10, 15 years ago that you never dealt with. And what God wants us to do is He wants us to be still enough to begin the healing process. Don't run to the next one. If you're lonely, loneliness, and I'm going to say this again, is not the absence of people. Loneliness is the absence of purpose. I'll say that one more time. Loneliness is not the absence of people. It is the absence of purpose. And the reason why I say that is because there are times that we shouldn't even be at the point of feeling ultra lonely, uber lonely, I guess that would be a better choice. If we're sitting there doing the work on ourselves, if we make ourselves important, if we understand that there are some things that we have to do in this alone time and in this alone period, it doesn't always work out that we are going to meet somebody that understands our pain. Hey, Telly Tell, I see you, baby. I see you, my sister. There go my sister right there. There go my sister. I love you, Telly Tell. Thank you for the heart meet. So, the issue is, what are you doing in your alone time for yourself? What are you working through? And I know how painful it is. I'm not telling you to stay there all the time, but I'm telling you to set aside some time so you can get through the process. I'm telling you that you cannot go around this process of healing and expect success. You have to ask yourself the hard questions. And the reasons why you got to ask yourself the hard question is because you don't ever want to go through that type of pain again. You don't. So please try your personal best not to just run into the next thing, because it's not going to help you. Because what you don't acknowledge, you repeat. What you don't deal with, you repeat. Which is why we keep finding ourselves in the same type of situations over and over and over and over again, and befuddled and can't figure out, for all the tea in China, why you keep having the same issues. Because if you don't change, your life is not going to change. If you don't deal with what you've allowed, and maybe you didn't tell them, well, treat me bad. You didn't verbally say, I want you to treat me bad. I don't care. You didn't verbally say, I don't care how you treat me. You didn't ever say that. Where the disconnect is for most of us is we weren't speaking with our words. We were speaking with our actions. We were speaking with the lack of boundaries. And so people expect for you to be so desperate that you would put up with shenanigans. And you're like, I'm not putting up with that shenanigans. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. But what happens is they'll keep up the behavior and slowly wear down your resolve or your resistance to their nonsense. Promise everything I love. How many people have been with somebody who has cheated on them, right? And they kept doing what they was doing. Not trying to be funny. I'm not. I'm asking a question. And you just stay. And then at first you like, well, and you reason and you rationalize it. Well, all men cheat. No, they don't. That's a lie. That is a lie. I'm not trying to be funny. That's a lie. And you put up with it because you figure, well, we can work through that. And yeah, sometimes you can. Sometimes you can work through infidelity. But when it's part of who they are, their character, because they've been seeing somebody, and I'm being honest. Hi, Auntie Peach. How you doing? Okay, I'm over my hot flash. I'm going to put my little jacket back on over here. Right? Good evening, everybody. Welcome in, Auntie. Let's do that. Let's welcome in Auntie. Let's say hello. Yes. Hey. How many times have we tried to maneuver and work through the pain of, oh, we're gonna fix this, we're gonna figure it out. Well, they just violated a whole boundary and they're not sorry for none of it. And in your head and in your heart, you're saying, well, all men cheat. That's not true. That's a lie. That's a lie. Some people are not realizing that God is hitting the brakes, protecting them from themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. All women don't cheat, but men have been cheated on. And I don't know why people believe that, but we slowly, I'm not talking about the cheating because I need to move from that. But I'm talking about when you have said in your head, like, I'm never going to do this, and this. And then you get into a relationship with somebody and they violate every single one of them boundaries and you don't go nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm not telling you that you should have went anywhere. I'm saying you should have stood up for yourself the first time, because people are only going to treat you the way that you let them treat you. That's it. So if you treat yourself poorly, that's what people do. That's the nature of the beast. And I'm not telling you that you being snobby or highfalutin, because you got standards, because that's not, I'm telling you, stand on your standards. Stand on your truth. Honor what you want and what you need. And because you get into a relationship with somebody and you start pouring and you start, being there with them and for them as best as you can, now you're giving. And this is for men and women, because men be performing for women. Stop it. Stop it. The reality of the situation is, be your authentic self, and if they like you and if they love you in your authentic self, then that's perfect. You're never going to find a perfect person, because perfect people don't exist. But you have to make a decision for your own life that you're going to stand 10 toes down on your truth, and you're not going to budge from the standards and the non-negotiables that you have. You don't ever get to all of that until you begin the process of healing and peeling back the layers. Hey, Pumpkin Nikki. Hi, thank you for the follow. You know, I'm always butchering somebody's name. I don't mean to. But y'all get what I'm saying? So then you start compromising all that you are for the sake of a relationship. And all they need you to do is say, no, babe, that doesn't work for me. And I'm not doing that. That's like, and mean it. And mean it. Right? But you don't get to the 10 toes down part. And I'm repeating this until you begin your healing process and you begin to peel back the layers of why you do some of the things that you do in a relationship. Because I know you met some dope people. I know they violated you. I know you chose them rooted in your past pains. I know. Because that's what, statistically speaking. Hi, God's gift. I see you. Thank you, baby, for the daily heart me. But statistically speaking, everybody welcome in God's gift. Y'all welcome God's gift into the room. But statistically speaking, that's why most of us do it. I always have this saying that water seeks its own level. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you're aligned with. You don't attract what you want, baby. You attract what you're in alignment with. Thank you so much, God's gift. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you. Auntie Pete said, welp. Thank you, baby. Thank you, God's gift. I see you. I see you, baby. I see you. I appreciate you so much. That popular vote sends the live out to more people. When people do when they do the popular vote. Hey, Marianne, I see you, baby. How you? I'm so glad to see you again in the room. Yes, come on in here. Marianne is back, y'all. Yes, that's what we doing. But it is important. Thank you so much. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you so much. It's important to understand that dynamic about you. I always say this, we keep looking outside of us. We got to look at where is the popular vote. It's in the gift. It's down in the gifts. We got them gloves. I've been seeing them silver boxing gloves. Thank you, Sadie said. I love those. I'm like, okay, in the I don't know. It's because there's pages to that gift situation. Thank you for all the love. No, thank you. Thank you, baby, for the popular votes. Thank you for coming in the room. Yes. Yes. Right? Oh, thank you, Aunt Peaches, Auntie Peach. Yes, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you for the October. Thank you. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you, baby. But the idea is that we get honest. Hi, Giggy. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Hi, I see you, baby. When you get triggered, and this is what I told my friend I spoke to earlier. When you get triggered, it's time for you to look a little deeper on the inside. When something okay, Dr. Yolanda. Okay, I don't know. When you get triggered, it's time for you to sit with what's triggering you. Thank you, Hawaii. I appreciate you for the roses, baby. Thank you. Thank you so much. When you're triggered about a thing, dig deeper. When you're triggered about something, dig a little deeper. When something frightens you or is alarming to you, oh, Coach TJ said, I found it. Thank you, Coach TJ, for the popular vote, my love. When something's bothering you about something because you're in a situation, that's your opportunity for growth. That is your opportunity to become. That's your opportunity to lean in and say, what is going on in here? What's happening inside of me? Why am I triggered because they said dog or cat or store? Why does it make you uncomfortable in your spirit? Thank you, 40K. Let's go. We hit 40K, y'all. We hitting 40K. Let's go. Yes for the 40K. Yes. Thank y'all for tapping it out, because tapping is clapping. And I know that people can't always give the daily heart me, but if you tap that screen, you are supporting me. TikTok sees it. They know what I'm talking about is everybody is enjoying it. So sometimes we don't have money for the daily heart me or to give gifts. That's okay. That's quite all right. You know, but if you can tap the screen, you are helping me tremendously. If you can share it out, that is helping me tremendously. And I really appreciate that. Hi, Janaya Nay. Janaya Nay, thank you. This is the first gift you've ever sent. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you. Well, hey, Elton. I see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Y'all welcome Elton in the room. Yes, when y'all put up the stickers, that means a lot. Thank you for the daily heart me, Elton. I appreciate you, sweetie. I really do. Tapping is clapping. I know that's right, Dr. Yolanda. As long as we begin to understand that the triggers are not meant they should alarm us to go in and lean in to figure out why we feel so triggered. Here's another thing. I'm sidebarring. We gotta learn to trust our judgment. We have to learn to trust ourselves again after having our heart broken. Because it's really important that you can determine and dissect in your own self what's good for you and what's not. We have to stop second guessing what we know is the truth. We have to stand 10 toes down and leaning into us before we are with anybody else. And this is important stuff, y'all. I'm just sidebarring to that because I think it's necessary to understand that as you begin to trust yourself, as you begin, thank you, Elton, I see the heart puff, thank you, that as you begin to lean in to yourself, as you begin to trust yourself, things will, ow, Thank you, God's gift. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you so much for the foul mask. That is so dope. Thank you, Kimmy Cool. I see you. Thank you, baby, for the roses. Thank you for the heart puffs. Thank y'all for every gift. Y'all are so amazing. We have to learn to trust ourselves again after the heartbreak. We do. You only gonna trust yourself when you begin your healing process. Thank you, Dr. Yolanda. Question, how do you detach from someone that you don't want to detach from? That's interesting. 33352. I like that. Okay, that's cute. Okay. How do you detach from someone that you don't want to detach from? Hey, Mrs. Treetop, I see you, baby. How are you? Welcome, 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 and thank you for the daily heart, me, my love. How do you detach from someone that you don't? Why do you want to detach from them? Why would you want to? 333. Why would you want to detach from them? You have to change your don't want to want to. That's what I was trying to. That's a good answer. Look at Coach TJ. Coach TJ, you on fire. I need more questions. The deeper we reflect inwardly, the more triggers are identified. Yes. Thank you, Miss Treetop. Thank you. Said you on point. I'm a pin this again because I need to pin that. 333. I need you to talk to me, baby. Question: how do you detach from someone that you don't want to detach from? Why do you want to detach from them? Okay, wait a minute. Say, why is it mute in your comments of all comments? Ask yourself why you're not willing to detach. I'm wondering why they want to detach anyway, to begin with. Because I just don't ask, like, that question is framed specifically in a particular way. How do you detach from someone that you don't want to detach from? That's a great question, but why do you want to detach? You have a hard time detaching because you keep hoping they will change, possibly. I'm detached, but I have relational PTSD. I know that's right. You better say that again. Listen, I think some of us, listen, that's why I'm here to talk about healing, because I promise I suffer from PTSD myself, baby. And it's not funny. It is serious. But I laugh because I'm telling you, I can relate to what you just said. And it makes you not show up emotionally available because of that PTSD. Down bad, baby. I'm waiting for the answer. Asher, okay. Okay, there's no answer there. As an emotionally available person, how do you stop attracting emotionally unavailable partners? I found that when I was emotionally unavailable, I was meeting emotionally unavailable people. Okay, but with that being said, Al, if you're emotionally available and you keep meeting people that are emotionally unavailable,